Aruna Yavana Saketam, Aruna Yavana Madhyamikam. In this statement of Patanjali's Mahabhasya is hidden the cause for the collapse of the mightiest empire of the ancient India at that time, that is the Mauryan Empire. The foundation of an empire laid down by Chandragupta Maurya and has seen the greatest ruler in the form of Ashoka. What were the major reasons for collapse of Mauryan Empire? What was the role played by a military commander referred as Pushyamitra Shunga in collapse of Mauryan Empire? Why did he assassinate his own master and the last ruler of Mauryan Empire, Brihadratha? Today we are going to explore all these aspects in our short video. Hello everyone. Hi, this is Alok Ojha. Welcome to StudyIQ IAS English. Now, before we understand about the weak successors of Ashoka and the major reason for collapse of the Mauryan Empire, let's understand with the help of a map about the different Indo-Greeks, because Indo-Greeks are also related to the collapse of Mauryan Empire. And many a times student faces problem in understanding how come Indo-Greeks were responsible for what we say collapse of the mightiest empire of that time, that is Mauryan Empire. So let's explore this. Let's begin with the region of Bactria. Bactria, it is a region which is located to the south of river Oxus and northwest of Hindu Kush mountains, which is located on the borders of India and Afghanistan. So specifically this region is Bactria. And initially it is said that this region was being occupied by the Greeks precisely after the invasions of Alexander. So the Greeks who belonged to the region of Bactria came to be referred as Bactrian Greeks. Now, Bactrian Greeks initially were the satraps of Seleucid Empire. But after the downfall of Seleucid Empire, Bactrian Greeks declared their independence. And after declaring their independence, they started ruling in an independent manner. Now comes a new story into the picture. Now, to the east of Bactrian Greeks were Scythians. To the east of Scythians were Uzi tribe. So these were the three important tribes in this region. One was Bactrian Greeks. Second one was Scythians, which were located to the east of Bactrian Greeks. And to the east of Scythians were Uzi. Now Uzi had a vision or an intention to conquer certain parts of China and the parts of Tibet. But after some time, there was construction of Great Wall of China. And specifically, the dreams of Uzi tribe got shattered. And now they had no other option but to move westward. So initially, Uzi tribe had an intention to conquer China and parts of Tibet. So they were moving eastward. But since there was a construction of Great Wall of China, they had no other option. So they started moving what? Westward. So Uzi tribe started expanding in this manner. When Uzi tribe started moving here, Scythian tribe put the pressure on Bactrian Greeks and they started occupying the regions occupied by Bactrian Greeks. Now, Bactrian Greeks had no other option but to attack the region of northwestern India, which was being ruled by the Mauryan Empire. And in this manner, Bactrian Greeks became one of the prime reasons for decline of Mauryan Empire. So this was one part of the story. Now, what is the second part of the story? Let's explore that as well. Ashoka, he is considered as the greatest ruler of the Mauryan Empire. Like the foundation of Mauryan Empire was being laid down by Chandragupta Maurya, who is also referred as Sandrokotas or Androkotas in Greek and Latin literature. He was being succeeded by his son, whose name was Bindusar, whose original name is Simhasen. And he is also referred as Antiochus in Greek and Latin literature. And he is succeeded by his son Ashoka. He is considered as the greatest ruler of the Mauryan Empire. He is referred as Devanam Piyadasi, beloved of gods. He is referred as Priyadarshini, the most beautiful one. He is referred as Chand Ashok, that is Ashoka the fiercest. And one battle drastically changed Ashoka's life, and that was Battle of Kaling, which was fought in 261 BC. Precisely, Ashoka died at around 232 BC. And after the death of Ashoka, there were series of weak successors. And the Mauryan Empire was majorly divided into two parts. Please pay attention carefully so that we can correlate the previous story to this one. So during the time of Ashoka, After the death of Ashoka, the Mauryan Empire was divided into two parts, the western part and the eastern part. The western part had its capital at Ujjain, and the eastern part had its capital at, specifically, Patliputra. The western part was initially ruled by one of the sons of Ashoka, whose name was Kunal. Ashoka had three wives. The name of one of the wives was Padmavati. And Kunal was a son of Ashoka and Padmavati. He was ruling over the western part, and the eastern part was being ruled by Dashrath, one of the grandsons of Ashoka. But many of the historians and many of the legendary stories do believe that Kunal was being blinded. Apart from Kunal being blinded, what happened? The northwestern part of India was now being attacked by whom? It was being attacked by the Bactrian Greeks. So Kunal could not have a strong control over the northwestern part of India, and the Bactrian Greeks, under the leadership of Demetrius, they attacked this region and made Takshila as this capital, or made Takshila as their capital. So very simple words, the western part of the Mauryan Empire, or the northwestern part of the Mauryan Empire, slipped away from the hands of Mauryas. And precisely speaking about the eastern part, there were series of weak successors. Okay, like after Dashrath, there was Samprati. After Samprati, there was Salisuka, then Devavarman, then Shatadhanvan, and finally, the last ruler of the Mauryan Empire was Brihadratha. Okay, now, what does Patanjali's Mahabhasya say? Now, we had started our session with this single statement of Mahabhasya. And the statement was, Aruna Yavana Saketam, Aruna Yavana Madhyamikam. Simple words, Yavanas are nothing but Indo-Greeks. The last ruler of the Mauryan Empire was Brihadratha. Already, Mauryas had lost the western part of the empire and the northwestern part of the empire. And the Indo-Greeks had established themselves at a place called as Takshila. And now they had an eye over Patliputra. Saketam means Ayodhya. Madhyamikam means Magad. So probably they'll move towards Ayodhya. After Ayodhya, they will move towards the region of Patliputra. And the last ruler was Brihadratha. Brihadratha was not that he was not that able administrator. Apart from this, Brihadratha was also the follower of Buddhism, as per many historical texts. And one of the core principles and the tenets of Buddhism was non-violence. So here, rather than fighting with Yavanas, he adopted the policy of non-violence or ahimsa. And his military commander was Pushyamitra Shunga. He realized one thing, this is one of the best opportunity to declare ourselves as independent and protect our motherland. So Pushyamitra Shunga, it is said that once upon a time, Brihadratha, the last ruler of Mauryan Empire, he was on the inspection of the army. And when he was inspecting the army, this was seen as an opportunity and he killed his own master. I mean, Pushyamitra Shunga killed his own master Brihadratha and laid the foundation of a new dynasty which is referred as Sunga Dynasty. Pushyamitra Shunga, it is said that, precisely speaking, Pushyamitra Shunga, he has become the new ruler precisely in the region of Patliputra. And the region of Takshila was occupied by Demetrius, specifically the Indo-Greeks. Now Demetrius, he had a vision to conquer the region of Patliputra. Many historians do believe that in the initial efforts he was successful. But Pushyamitra Shunga has driven out the Indo-Greeks or the Yavanas from the region around Patliputra. And after this, he had performed 2 Ashwamedha Yagnas. And we get this information from Ayodhya inscription. Okay, Ayodhya inscription of Dhanadev. Apart from this, Panini's Ashtadhyayi and Patanjali Mahabhasya says that Pushyamitra Shunga was a Brahmin of Kashyapa Gotra. And he was fanatic follower of Brahmanism. But was he a religious tolerant personality or not? There are dissenting opinions of various historians. How do we come to know about this? Let's explore this. Now, as discussed previously, Pushyamitra Shunga, he had performed many Ashwamedha Yagnas. In fact, he has performed 2 Ashwamedha Yagnas. Apart from this, Pushyamitra Shunga has a son named as Agnimitra Shunga. And Agnimitra Shunga has a son named as Vasumitra. So very simple words, Vasumitra was a grandson of Pushyamitra Shunga. And the horse of the Ashwamedha Yagna of Pushyamitra Shunga, It was taken to the river Narmada by Vasumitra. So he was follower of Brahmanism. This is evidence from this. But was he a religious tolerant personality or not? Let's explore about this. There is a book or a Buddhist text referred as Divyavadan of Taranath. It mentions that Pushyamitra Shunga, he was persecutor of Buddhists. He had destroyed many Buddhist stupas, many Buddhist vihars and many Buddhist monasteries. He, like the book Divyavadan also mentioned that he had destroyed more than 84,000 stupas across northern part of India precisely. There is another important book which is referred as Cambridge History of India, Volume 1 by E.E.J. Rapson. And that book precisely mentioned that there was a vihar near Patliputra which is referred as Kukutarma Vihar. Initially, Pushyamitra Shunga had tried to attack this vihar, but the attempt got failed. So he moved to Sialkot. Sialkot, which is also referred as Sakal, and it is located in the region of Punjab. Okay, when he went there, he had declared one thing. A person who is going to kill a Buddhist monk, he will be getting 100 dinars as a prize. So all these aspects are mentioned in a book called as Cambridge History of India, Volume 1. Apart from this, he had made Vidisha as his capital. So here he's shown as that he was specifically executor of the Buddhist. He had destroyed many Buddhist vihars, stupas and monastery. On the other hand, few historical texts also cite one more thing, that Pushyamitra Shunga had also constructed a stupa which is referred as Bharut Stupa, which is located in Satna district of Madhya Pradesh. So Pushyamitra Shunga, who laid the foundation of Sunga Dynasty, Indo-Greeks, and apart from this, weak rulers or the weak successors of Ashoka were responsible for collapse of the mightiest empire at that time, that is the Mauryan Empire. My friends, StudyIQ IS, the batch has just started on 20th of May. And it is a GS Foundation Resolution P2I batch. The batches are available in Hindi. The batches are available in English, that is bilingual. And the most important aspect, the batches are available completely in English language. This will cater to the needs of the aspirants precisely from southern part of India and northeastern India. All the subjects would be covered completely in English language, rather it be history, geography, polity, economy, science and tech, everything. Apart from this, there would be a proper PDF material that would be provided to you by the respective faculties after the sessions. Handwritten notes would be provided. Proper answer writing practice would be there. The prices for the batches are starting at 13,999 and the batch has recently started on 20th of May. So you can enroll in these batches by using the code Alok Live that is flashing on your screen. I repeat the code Alok Live. Thank you and have a very nice day.